Hello YouTube, Apples S10 here. Gonna be trying something a little different today. I got a little surprise in the video, more towards whenever we get there. But it is my weekend, so I'm able to actually do something a little different besides taking the route to work, which you guys have been seeing a lot. Right now we're just cruising down Main Street. They're not bad. We're actually towards the back end of it, so it's not near as pretty as the other half that we passed. We started like halfway in the middle of Main Street because I had to go stop by the where the wife's at and get some stuff, because the little back hatch where, you know, like your little stock tools and stuff like that the bike comes with. Well, the other night, I don't know when it happened, but the little lock that's on the back of the seat, I'll show you guys once we get up there, but the lock literally like fell off. I don't know when it fell off or anything. But I got home and then I looked back and boom, there was nothing there. That latch or the little door was just hanging. No lock, nothing was moved or stolen or anything. So, and there was no scrape marks or nothing. So I don't think anybody stole anything out of it. But the lock just disappeared. The little washer nut that holds the lock was just hanging in the thing. But yeah, it just kind of weirded me out that the lock just literally like vibrated off, and this bike doesn't really vibrate. Not near as bad as like a Harley or something. I mean, it vibrates, but nothing serious. So it kind of really surprised me. And I looked and looked, and I can't find it. Oh, there's something cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. Boom. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that or not. It's kind of hard to tell unless you're really looking for it, but it's a watchtower for that prison. From when the prison very first opened up, they had a guard tower with a guy with a sniper rifle that would just sit up there, and he would just keep an eye on everything. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what happened. It just fell off, so I'll show you guys whenever we get up to the stopping point where I'm planning on showing you guys something. But just the weirdest thing, I've never seen that happen. So, you know, I just got like a little zip tie holding the door on so I don't lose the door too. But if you guys saw my other video, this little mountain range off to my right is Skyline Drive. That's how high, see where that little tower is right up there? That's where the stopping point was where I showed you guys my tire. And that's how high up it is from the ground. I didn't really point that out when I did the video, but yeah, it's up there. We've had a lot of people actually end up driving off that cliff or the road. And, you know, I had a couple of, my dad told me and my mom told me a couple of their friends actually ended up driving off the cliff because they were just hauling ass through it. And just, there's no rails, there's nothing. The thing's about as wide for a full-size truck or maybe a dually. It's not as wide as the lanes between the regular highway. But yeah, they just drove off the cliff, and you know, some people have died and some people actually made it. I mean, they were definitely mangled up. And there used to be where you could see the like the leftover car parts. Like a few years ago, they had an entire car just sitting up there just because they couldn't extract it because it was on too steep of a grade to get anything to reach it. And I've been looking for it for like the past few months since I started riding, and I can't find it again. I don't know if they were able to get it, but it was sitting up there for a few years and it was kind of cool to see. But I don't know where is it at now. I can never remember where the hell the the place it was, because you used to be able to just drive like this and just look off and you could see something shining, and that would be the chrome on the car that was sitting there. But I can't find it now, so that's kind of a bummer, but still is an awesome drive. I mean, they still haven't changed anything. There's still no rails. There's still no nothing to it, but it's still a pretty drive. It's one of my favorite places to drive up to. My wife gets terrified of going up it because she's scared of heights. So I'll mess with her and then I'll start to just lean over to the edge, and then she'll like death grip my torso and just tell me to slow the hell down or get closer to my side away from the edge. It's funny, but it's fun. Man, look at all these guys. Oh, look at that, a spider. Yeah, spiders are kind of cool looking. I mean, they're weird, but they look good. They're a lot better than some of the concepts that some places have came up with. I mean, I don't know. I think they're kind of cool looking. I don't know if I would personally own one. I sat on one at the dealership, and it was just weird the way it sat. The handlebars are the thing that got me the most. I gotta say that. The handlebars felt really weird. And just looking down at them, for some reason to me, they look crooked. I don't know if that's just me and my eyes playing tricks on me, but that's what it looked like to me. I mean, it felt really comfy. Don't get me wrong about that. I'm sure the thing runs like a raped ape, but I just couldn't see myself owning one. I got kind of addicted having this and having to lean into corners and all the fun stuff, but I'm sure when I'm older, if I can't walk or something, I'll end up getting one. The three-wheeler with the two in the back, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you ride one, awesome. I mean, you know, I have nothing against them, but I've had a bunch of my dad and his brothers end up flipping a three-wheeler just because of how it's like distributed or something. I don't know what it is, but like going around a turn or something, you'll end up flipping it just because of the way that the wheel is in the front and all that happy stuff. But no, I still think they're cool. I mean, my grandpa had one. I rode the hell out of it. I sure as hell didn't outride it though. It kind of freaked me out from hearing the stories from my uncles and my dad, so I just took it slow. But anyways, we're kind of thought I would do a scenic view. My wife, she had to go do laundry. Our dryer and stuff broke, so we have to go to a laundromat to go do laundry. So that's where she's at, and I told her, well, I don't want to sit there for an hour or two. Alright, look, if you guys can see that, some guy made a bunch of like metal elk, and he just made them and placed it up there. They're really cool. For the longest time I thought they were real. Till me and my dad came up and he was like, yeah, some guy made them. I was like, what? No way. That's awesome. I wish I had that much talent to do that. But I never got into welding. I took welding class in school. Absolutely loved it. But just never pursued it after high school. Actually ended up having my kids like right after high school, and just you know, when you do that, you just have to get to work. You have to pay the bills. So I just didn't have a chance to go to college or anything like that. I mean, I never got into something actually paid decent. I mean, I'm making like under $10 an hour now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm supporting my family. You know, we're still making a payment on a car easily. So, you know, we're not bad. We're just not, we just don't have a lot to spare, you know. But anyways, you know, it works. But I'm hoping to go to college here soon. Oh, here you go. One of these days I'm going to take a trip up this way, and I'm going to show you guys the Royal Gorge. It actually caught on fire last year. Or no, this winter actually. No, it was last summer because it was still pretty hot out. But there was a big fire up that way, and it literally took all the stuff around the bridge. They took all the landscape, took all the trees, took all the buildings that they had. So it's just a charred place now. Even the fire even got some of the bridge. Luckily, the bridge survived most of it. Somehow the fire didn't even hit it, but they're getting it rebuilt and getting it back up, because that's the majority of the income for the town, is that scenic place. And we've been having a hell of a time this summer. I haven't been able to find a second job because of it, because everything's closing, and me and my wife are trying to find a place to rent, but there's nothing to rent. Everyone's trying to sell everything to get out of here, because a lot of the people had a big part in the bridge. So when the bridge went up, they went out of the job. There's nothing they could have done. So they have to sell their home and try to move somewhere else. But they're getting it rebuilt, so I'm hoping that, you know, we could find a place to rent or something. Because we're having a hell of a time. We have a dog, and you know, the bike just sits out in the weather. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I have this guy that's on my ass, but after I make this turn, I'll probably just let him go by, just so he can get through and get on with his day, because I know I'm just going slow. I haven't been around this road that much, so I'm just taking it cautiously. And I know this guy, he's obviously been up and down this road a lot, so I'm gonna let him pass as soon as I get to a part that he's able to get some speed or something. Oh, he's from Texas. Never mind. I've noticed that a lot of people... Wow. Okay, I have ADD like no other. As soon as I get out here, I'm just like, pretty. I love nature. I love everything about it. Just absolutely gorgeous. But anyways, I've noticed a lot of people from Texas speed. Just about everyone that comes through town ends up speeding. Oh, here you go. Here's our river. Very, very popular river. A lot of rafting, and I mean, look at that. I might have to stop on the way back and maybe get a photo opportunity. It's going to be kind of a long video, so just because I don't know what to edit out, because everything to me looks really pretty. If you guys ever take the Royal Gorge train, this is where it stops, actually. Like, it goes up from Canyon and just stops, like, right here where this little rafting docking place is. And then it just pulls back. So it's still like an hour-and-a-half ride, just because it's only going like 5 miles an hour. But trust me, if you guys ever have the money to do it, it goes through a really pretty route through the canyon. Yeah. It's actually worth it. I worked on it one summer. Absolutely a blast. I mean, it was only for the summer, so I obviously had to find something else, or else I would probably still be on it. But it is very pretty. It cuts through the canyon, and one summer we just had a lot of rain, and I had tons of video of it too, and then freaking my computer crashed and lost all of it. So I have nothing to show for, show for the pictures or anything like that now, because my computer crashed. But anyways, it was downpouring, and and you could just see like the mini waterfalls coming off the canyon. It was so cool. It was probably one of my most favorite things to look at when we were on the train. But it like shows the old water line that used to come to Canyon back in like the early 1900s, and it would show the old water line going down the side of the mountain, and they literally like cut it out the mountain so they could set the old, it was like actually a wood pipe. It wasn't even metal. It was made out of wood that they strapped together. It was really cool. But anyways, I'll stop talking for a little bit so you guys can look and gawk at it like I am. Look at that. It'll hold up the railroad from falling into the river. And I'm sorry for the audio, guys. I have no idea how it's doing. I've never held this fast a speed while motovlogging, so if there's a lot of wind noise, I'm sorry. I've never really tested it at this speed, so I don't know how it will do. But I hope you guys still enjoy it. I mean, if you guys are getting a lot of wind noise, I'm trying to talk a little louder so you can hear me. But yeah, still, sorry about that if there is a lot. I don't know how this mic is going to do. I changed the spot on it a few videos ago, and hopefully it will help it out. There you go. Look at I don't know if you guys can see it, but see that little blue tarp? That's actually a fisherman. He's like just camping out. He has like a little setup down there so he can fish. That is awesome. Got a little canopy and everything. Yeah, but this is the Arkansa River. It's pretty nice. I have never been on it. I want to. I want to go tubing or rafting on it, but we've had probably 25 deaths this year just from the river being so high and it just sucking people under in like places that were like I don't know what rating the rapids are, but it would just suck them under and it wouldn't spit them back out. Tons of fishermen, it's bad. So we ain't going on it this year. But here's one of the deeper parts, and usually this is solid calm and it's so much water going through it actually is starting to be rapid. It's like that calm part up ahead of it, except it's supposed to be that whole span of it. It's super deep. My grandpa was telling me he had a buddy that went off and it's so deep that they couldn't recover the car that's on the bottom. Just because, yeah. There you go. Look at that. Got the river. Oh, I need to stop at that spot on the way back. It is a pretty view. Look at that. I wish I could ride up to the top of that and then take a picture. That would be so cool. But yeah, this is kind of the first bit of the scenic view of where I live. I know one of my subscribers commented on how pretty it was, and well, this is actually what it looks like when you actually get into it. The part that I showed you guys with Red Canyon, it doesn't compare to this. This is, you know, and I'll do a bunch of videos the farther up in this canyon. Look at that. I always thought those bikes were cool. You know, with the touring pack and everything, I always thought that was an awesome setup. But I'm only like 5'4", so I haven't been able to find a touring bike like that I can actually touch the ground on. Every single one I've sat on is just too tall for me. I would love to get one. I absolutely think they're awesome. I love the idea of them. I know, was it Yummy and Chase on Two Wheels have a little 250, and I would love to get one. I went down to the shop the other day and tried to look at one because I was really considering, because I saw how much those guys spend on them and them say how much they like it, and I was like, well, what the hell, let's see. And I mean, they were reasonably priced. They're a little cheaper than the Ninja 300, but you can actually go off-road and stuff, but they were still a little too tall for me. I just could not sit on one with both legs touching, and I don't want to get up in the trail and, you know, get to where this hard part and only be on one tippy toe just to touch the ground, you know? I don't know, maybe they can put a lowering kit on it if I ever end up getting one, like low enough to where I can't sit on it. But who knows? We'll see. I would love to get one day though. Look at that. It is so much greener this year. It was literally like brown last time I came up here. And it has just changed so much since we've had all this rain. It rained a few days ago. It was the day I did the sink ride earlier that day. And I didn't know I was going to be able to ride, but luckily I ended up being able to, but it was just a downpour, and this was literally just all brown then. And just that one rain just sparked everything to just boom, solid green. Alright guys, this is the little part I wanted to show you. I took a video a while back before I started really shooting on YouTube, before I got my camera set up. And the rapids were just huge. And I'll put a video up once I get down to the river and show you guys how much different it's become from what it is now and when we had that awful rain where a bunch of people drowned and got caught under it. But alright, let's wallsy over there. What is a rapid? Oh, there you go. It even shows the description of this one. Wow. That is unreal how low that dropped. Like literally, when those rapids were going, I could stand right here and the water level was literally like right there where that little flat spot is. That's how much higher it was. I'm almost positive it was that much higher. Like, it is unreal. I didn't even know this. I don't know if that's... Oh, there's a little fire pit. Okay. But, yeah, I had no idea any of this was even here. But, yeah, look, they put like a little thing a while back to... I don't know why they would do that. Maybe... Looks like there's a little, like, pool right there, maybe for the fish or something. But, yeah, this is one of the scenic spots. The main reason I brought you guys here is because I have a video that I took a while back. I think I mentioned it to you guys. And it was literally the rafting companies stopped doing tours because the water was so high. And the people that did end up doing it, they paid top dollar to do it. Because it was so dangerous, they didn't want to risk the liability of losing someone. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to have that on my conscience, you know, just trying to take someone out for a good time and, you know, then end up losing their life just because of it being too dangerous, you know. But yeah, I'll put the video up. Alright guys, I'm gonna get my fancy camera out and take some pictures. I told my wife I would for her. So I will catch you guys when I get on a bike or pick another view to show you. Alright? Bye bye.